Hello, this is Chris and welcome to CB Offroad Adventures. Today we are in for a journey. We are just east of Superior, Arizona, and we're going to possibly be creating a curated map for Onyx Off-Road. We've never been out to this area before, so we don't know what to expect, but it looks like there's a couple creeks. Most likely they're going to be dry creek beds here in the desert, and then a couple viewpoints that we'll be able to check out. So super excited about that. We are with our friends again, Roam to the Unknown. So if you're curious about them, make sure to check them out and follow them on Instagram. And other than that, let's go ahead and hit up this trail, figure out what we find, and have a lot of fun doing it. This trail, located just outside of Superior, Arizona, starts off pretty mild. We weren't entirely sure what to expect throughout the day, but it looked like we were in for some dusty dirt roads, desert foliage, and a great adventure. I found this route on the Onyx Off-Road mapping system. It seemed like an interesting path to explore. Along the way, we'd be crossing two creeks, Oak and Hackberry, and quickly gain about 1,200 feet in elevation, which meant there was potential for some stunning views. The trail begins in the Tonto National Forest, but it also passes through State Land Trust. If you're out exploring in Arizona, it's always a good idea to have a State Land Trust permit. They're easy to get online at land.az.gov and rather inexpensive at only $15 for the year. Your permit helps support the conservation of these lands, ensuring that the natural resources are protected and maintained for future use. Today, we're tackling Trail Road 315. One thing to keep in mind, if you're out here exploring, the dirt roads in this area are not well marked. In fact, this was the only trail sign we saw throughout the entire trip. When venturing into areas like this, preparation is key. As an Onyx Off-Road trail guide, I know how unpredictable these unmarked routes can be. You never know when you might get to an obstacle too big to pass or run into a dead end that forces you to turn back unexpectedly. It's easy to get lost or stuck, so always make sure you're well prepared and have a plan. Luckily, today we're out here with friends of mine from Roam to the Unknown, and their Jeep is rolling on 39s, so I'm not too worried about what lies ahead. That may or may not be a bit of foreshadowing for what's to come, but either way, we're having a blast out here, soaking in the incredible desert landscape as we go. As we reach the end of the first section of the trail, the climb in elevation begins, and the views just keep getting better. Surrounded by dramatic mountain ranges, we can't help but feel like we're on top of the world. It's a breathtaking place to be, and we're lucky to experience it. As we continue climbing, we start to wonder where this trail is leading us. This area is rich in history and was once sacred land owned by the Apache Indians. According to what I've researched, this land was taken from the San Carlos Apache tribe for copper mining, and it contains significant archaeological and burial sites. If you ever explore this area, it is essential to practice tread lightly principles and show respect for these lands. While enjoying the beauty of the outdoors should be for everyone, it is vital that we take care of our public lands so these areas can be preserved for future generations. The views here are simply amazing, and protecting this land ensures we'll be able to return and enjoy it for years to come. All right, guys, we are at our first viewpoint, and it is gorgeous. Over here, it looks like we have a possible window arch, which we're going to go ahead and check out. And then off here into the distance, you can actually start seeing some hoodoos actually formed on some of these mountainscapes. So it is pretty interesting out here. I'm actually super surprised there's not already an Onyx curated trail for this area. So I'm super glad I came out here to check it out. Also though, it looks like there's interesting furniture out here. We have a old aviation chair, some concrete benches, a picnic table, looks like a stove. It looks like you could pretty much live out here if you wanted to. So it's pretty interesting up here. Let's just keep on moving on the trail and see what else we can go ahead and find. After soaking in the viewpoint, the trail takes a drastic turn. Larger rocks begin to appear as we drive through a dried out wash. This is where a lifted vehicle and underbody protection become crucial. Up until the viewpoint, you could probably make it without a lift or skid plates, but beyond this point, you'll need high clearance and protection to navigate the terrain. When tackling rocky washes, always aim your tires towards large rocks instead of driving over them. This helps lift the vehicle and provides more clearance, preventing you from scraping the underside. Today, I'm just rocking the stock skids from Toyota, which have done great over the years. But sometimes, going over these type of rock gardens, I kind of wish I had a better quality skid plate. Make sure to take your time through these rock gardens and think out your lines carefully. Being thoughtful in these driving conditions could save you from damaging your rig and getting stuck out in the middle of nowhere. This section of the trail is very difficult and only experienced off-roaders should attempt it. Trust me, the camera doesn't do it justice. Some of these rocks and ledges are massive. It took us over an hour to conquer this rock garden hill climb with lots of spotting and even a winch pull for the 4Runner. If you're a hardcore rock crawler, this part of the trail will feel like a playground. But if you're more of a destination off-roader, you might want to turn around at the overlook. After finally conquering the rock garden, the trail begins to mellow out. There are still a few smaller washes with rocks to navigate, but nothing compared to the challenge of the hill climb we just tackled. The final stretch leads through a stunning mountain landscape before winding back towards the Highway 60. It's a perfect way to cool down after the intense trail, surrounded by the beautiful views that make this entire adventure worthwhile. If you'd like more information about this trail, I'll be submitting a trail guide to Onyx Off-Road soon, so keep an eye out for that. If it's not posted by the time this video goes live, feel free to reach out and I can share some tips on exploring this area. A huge thanks to Roam to the Unknown for joining me on this epic adventure. It wouldn't have been possible without them. And thanks to all of you for watching until the end. Your support means the world to us and helps us grow the channel. This is CB Offroad Adventures signing off, and I hope to see you out on the trails.